do whatever you want. Like to me, the way that I look at it is like, hey, listen, do whatever you want. I hope your game is fantastic. Go right ahead. It's like I just don't. I don't know, man. It's weird.
We also have to
I
talk.
have no opinion.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you so much to everyone that voted in the poll, of course. We really appreciate it. So in the future, when you guys see that poll, please vote on it because it does give us something to talk about and to see where you guys are at. And also, if you guys will not mind just hitting that subscribe button and also hitting the like button, that does help out. Then, Rurikon, we have to talk about...
You know that every time you talk about the poll, I have a mental image of you dancing on a stripper pole, and it's very disconcerting.
Every single time I talk about the poll, I have a mental image of Polish people.
The polls?
Yeah. And it comes from, there's a show in England, right?
There's a show in England. Looked it up.
There's a show in England called Would I Lie to You? And it's 8 out of 10 cats does countdown.
Baby, would I lie to you? Oh yeah.
It's 8 out of 10 cats does countdown. And in this, there's Susie Dent is she works in Dictionary Corner. She had this moment where she's talking about there's all of these damn polls out there, but she's talking about, like, she was asked the question, which accent is the sexiest accent in the world? Because she's a lexicographer, which means she deals with accents and words and stuff. And she's like, well, there's all of these damn polls out there. And everyone sort of sits there for a second and then realizes, wait, what? This is insane, right? Because she's talking about polls, as in what we run here. But it sounds like she's talking about Polish people being in England running around, sounding shit. And every single time I say the word poll, I just think of Polish people. So if there's some Poles in the audience, let us know in the comment section down below.
I'm extremely partial to the Cockney accent, I think.
I like
the type of shit
that
you hear in what type of shit you hear in like the Snatch movie and shit like that. I'm all about that.
Oh yeah, the Cockney accent is probably one of the coolest accents you can hear. But we have to talk about your favorite streamer and Pothead.
My favorite
Kaceytron.
Streamer and Pothead.
Yeah, I know you're a huge Kaceytron fan, right? Aren't you?
Me?
Yeah, I'm just asking. Just
absolutely. Watch her every day. I remember back in the day when she used to do gameplay, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that I would always be like, you know, I'd be checking like what are the most popular streamers, whatnot. She'd be one of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
And I always thought that it was interesting that her choice for her branding was the same as Brazzers. I was like, that's yeah. You didn't know that? Like her Kaceytron thing was basically the same font, same style, same colors as the Brazzers logo, which for those of you who don't know, Brazzers is like that. It's one of those websites that if you're a nice Christian boy, you shouldn't go to.
Well, it's one of those websites that if you're a nice boy, you shouldn't go to, Christian or not. It's not very helpful, but yes, Christians should absolutely not be visiting those sites.
But it's like, you know, it just tells you all you need to know about her even back then, right? It's like anything for views, anything goes. Let's go, baby.
I think the thing with Kaceytron is she sort of started out as not necessarily the worst content creator in the world, but slowly her brain has just been melted, right? To the point now where Kaceytron has been at the center of controversies. And almost all of the controversies involve
because
her
she
just slandering people. Sorry?
She just self-inserts, though. She self-inserts herself into the controversies, even if it has nothing to do with her.
But then she also just slanders people, right? So she just casually threw out that Tectone is a rapist. Just casually. Yeah, he grapes skulls. It's like, what? Do you have any proof of this? No proof. No nothing.
But he does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
just 100%.
that bald prick looks guilty as fuck. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the sad part is, and why I think this, we sort of laugh it off in the modern era. Oh yeah, she just accuses men of graping. We sort of laugh it off, but it is serious. Because there are a lot of people out there who don't really care about facts. They don't really care about information.
Oh,
they hear their
yeah.
favorite streamer say that someone is a rapist, and they just believe it. In fact, after Kaceytron made all of those allegations, Kaceytron gets almost every single post he makes has people commenting, calling him, "While you're a grape, who cares?" Right? And it's like, dude, wow. Okay, so you don't even care that this has been debunked, that Kaceytron herself basically said, well, I may have just made it up, right? You don't even care. That is now just the truth. But anyways, so Kaceytron, Denims, and Frogan, you guys know about this. We covered the whole Ethan Klein stuff that's happened, right? Well, they just got served their actual papers. So Ethan Klein told them that he's going to sue them because he did this genius move of copywriting it quietly. And then they made a genius move, or maybe moronic move, of literally in their reaction saying, watch our reaction so that you don't give him views.
Basically, getting rid of one of the main pillars of fair use under the Copyright Act, which is your content should never act as a market replacement.
Yeah,
and, even if it does, you should at the very least make a good faith effort to shout the other person out, something like that. We all know how this works, right?
Yeah,
and most people don't care about, oh yeah, sure, he reacted, whatever, that's cool. Some people actually like it, some people don't like it, it's whatever. But ultimately, always make a good faith effort to link back to the original poster, so on and so forth, which not only they didn't do, they did the exact opposite. They basically were like, yeah, fuck Ethan, fuck his content, hope he gets no money out of it. Watch mine instead, because now you're supporting me instead of him. The funny one is also when Denims just goes, if you enjoyed not giving any money to Ethan, throw a prime. Just like casually, just give me money instead. Just like throw a prime. It's like, yeah, let's go, boys. Like,
and I think it should be mentioned that actually makes it worse for Denims. Because
of course,
by saying that legally,
but this,
not only are you stealing work, you're actively trying to profit off the stealing of the work, right? So normally there is such a thing as you're profiting off the work, whether you intended to or not. That is copyright infringement. You're not allowed to do it. But if you actively copyrighted the work, right? So you stole the copyright work and you actively pursued to make money off of it, that's worse, right? Like legally speaking, that's much worse.
But the interesting thing about that is also, obviously, this is why she needed to get ahead of everybody else and just go like, okay, I'm just going to drop my GoFundMe ahead of everybody else. It's like a fucking race to the bottom, bro. They just they all just like, yep, fuck you. I'm in it for myself. Give me all the money. It's like, what the fuck?
Originally, and this is where it gets so much worse, because originally, if you guys remember, Denims was the one that made a GoFundMe because she was going to sue Ethan, right? And then realized, wait, I don't actually have a lawsuit here. I'll just refund the money. And then 2 weeks later, Ethan goes, so anyways, I copyrighted
Uno
this
reverse,
shit.
bitch.
And now it's back up, right?
Ethan pulls out the Uno reverse.
So fundamentally, they now got served with their papers, right? Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron. Now, I haven't seen anything from Denims and Frogan yet. I think they're shitting themselves because they are guilty as sin. There's literally no way around this. This is the most clear-cut example of copyright infringement ever, right? For reference, if you're a streamer and you're playing music in the background quietly and it's not even the main thing, you're guilty of copyright infringement. So how much more when the music is the main content, right? And you're trying to steal that music from other people. The music industry will sue the living shit out of you and they'll win. So Ethan Klein does this, but Kaceytron's reaction is priceless.
Listen,
she breaks.
And by the way, we're only covering this because it's funny. We just think like it's funny as fuck. Like we covered it last week because, like, listen, this is going to have repercussions in terms of the reaction meta and all of that stuff that a lot of you guys consume as avid gaming content consumers, right? Yeah. And it's like the funniest shit is when Kaceytron just goes up and is like, I never reacted to anything. What do you mean? I was so baked out of my mind. I don't remember any of this. I don't remember reacting to this. What do you mean?
That so is 100% her defense.
Your Honor, I was too high on drugs to be held accountable for whatever the fuck happened last night. I was streaming under the influence. This is none of my business. It's like, what the fuck? It's like you get in a car crash because you were high as fuck. And you're just like, sorry, I was too high. None of my business. Good luck with that. Bye. So like, what the fuck do you mean?
Well, I think legally she is trying to play off the I was not in my right state of mind.
I'm ignorant.
Right? Because legally,
I'm dumb.
Yeah. But the problem is that after she reacted high as a kite, she doubled down on all the reactions and stuff. There's like evidence on X of her posting about her reaction, remembering the reaction perfectly well the next day. So Kaceytron has no leg to stand on, but she is trying to do the whole, Your Honor, I wasn't in a sane state of mind, so I can't be held responsible.
Do you want to know the funniest thing? The funniest thing about her and Frogan, I don't know if Denims did the same thing or not, but I've heard that at least her and Frogan did this. It's like, so Kaceytron, you were too high to remember what you did last night. You sure as fuck didn't forget to delete the VOD now, did you? Which, by the way, now that you've been served legal papers, deleting the VOD basically constitutes deleting evidence.
Yep. Yeah, destroying evidence.
Oopsie. Oh no! What did you do? Frogan also happened to do the exact same thing. It's like, oh
no! Yeah, like the worst thing you can do if you're ever in this situation, don't delete anything. Like you can take it private. That's another matter.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't want it out there anymore, but you have it private. You'll be able to hand it over. But if you're deleting VODs, it is evidence tampering. Right? You're getting rid of evidence. That is actually a felony, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a bit of a problem. It's a bit of an oopsie daisy. You know what that means? More generational wealth for Ethan's lawyers, baby. Let's go.
Dude, Ethan's going to make so much money off of this. But effectively, Kaceytron has now broken out crying. There's like videos of her crying about this. She is devastated because I think she knows, right? This is not good. And it's not going to work out well for me. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it could not happen to a nicer person.
I can hear the music from, you know, that music that everybody uses in the memes and that says Robert B. Wide at the end.
Oh, yeah? It's brilliant, dude. It's brilliant. And you
oh my god,
there's something beautiful about evil people getting their comeuppance, but seeing evil people get their shit kicked in is just nice. Speaking of evil people getting their shit kicked in,